Hello, folks. In this session, we are going to see how to use SSH to connect our remote servers from our client or from our laptops. So, before going inside this session, uh, we have to know how to install the labs or how to have set up the virtual machines or how to set up the servers using virtual softwares. So, if you are not familiar with this process and if you are not having any knowledge on this, you can just go to my previous sessions where you can find how to set up virtual machines using VMware Workstation and Oracle VirtualBox Hypervisor and WSL. And once you have the setups installed and virtual servers available, so you can just find a destination server which I have to connect. So in this case, I'm going to use this CentOS server for my as my destination server, remote server to connect, which is connected with a NATing network over here and WSL. This is my WSL Debian mission, which I'm using a client. So basically from Debian mission to CentOS, I'm connecting, so using SSH. So to connect to the SSH, basically you need to have the IP address of the destination mission. In our case, the destination IP address is this. So I'm trying to connect SSH and my username and 190. So it will prompt for the password because we already gave the username over here. So I think it's taking, yeah, I got the prompt for the password. I'm entering the password. So that's how we will connect to SSH. And apart from this, on our client mission to run this SSH command, you need to have OpenSSH package to be installed. If you don't have OpenSSH package, you have to install OpenSSH using app commands on Debian and then yum commands on Red Hat based missions like Linux or CentOS. In this, that's a requirement on the client side, and on the server side to connect to SSH. Basically, you need to have the SSHD server is running. So systemctl status SSHD. So because I have run with the sudo, you can see here it's active on running. If service is not running, SSH will not work because the SSH daemon is down. So right now SSH daemon is up and you have open SSH package installed, but still you will not be able to connect to this mission sometimes. So for that you have to check the firewall rules and basically the firewall services should have this SSH. Okay, I think I don't have, I haven't used sudo privilege, so it's calling me. Let me use the sudo. So here you can find that SSH is enabled. Basically, this SSH works on 22 port 22, which by default will be allowed in our Linux machines in most of the cases. But if it is not working, in firewall, this SSH service should be added. So these are the basic things you need to check it out. One is SSH, the service should be running, and other one is the services will be is allowed inside your destination mission to accept the SSH connections. So something like this. So once you have this, and right now I have connected using my um, username and password to the destination mission, and there is another way to securely connect your mission using SSH key pair, which we call as a private and public keys. So this is the command we use it, and this is the default file which is going to write on your .ssh directory for time being, because I have already this public keys. I'm just using something a different file to show you how to generate these SSH keys. So if you want to give any password for this, you can give the password, and whenever you try to authenticate with the key, it will ask for the passphrase you have to enter. That's a more secure way to access. And right now I'm just continuing default, and it's asking for the password again to confirm. Once you confirm, now you can see here your identification has been saved in this file, and your public key has been saved in this .pub file. So if you check your SSH directory, you have something like this one idrsa.pub, which is a default path. But because I have used the current directory, you can see here another two files, which is a private and public keys. We call it's a saved in my current directory. If you wanted to save somewhere, you have to give the full absolute path over here, so that it is going to save in that directory or path which you are going to provide at the time of key generation. So right now I am using our default file, which is here, to connect. I mean, I'm trying to copy that file to my destination server. So the destination server IP I need to get. So this is the destination IP address. So this SSH copy ID will copy the default file to the destination server, or the default public file. So if you see here, it's trying to install idrsa.pub, which is in .ssh directory of my home directory path. So it's trying to install the files. Actually, it's trying to check if already the file is available. If it is already available, it will say it's already available. Now it says because the file is not available over there, it's remind to be installed. So it will say it will prompt for the password over here. For the first time when you try to copy the key file, public key file, once that is copied, then from next time onwards, when you try to connect the server, it should not ask for the password. So now you can see that number of keys added one. Now try logging into mission with the same SSH command directly to the host which we try to connect. So it should not ask for the password over here, and it should not prompt for any passwords or usernames. And it, yeah, you can see here it's directly logged into the server. So directly we are inside the destination server without any password prompt. So that's how we configure the SSH key based on SSH connectivity using username and passwords to authenticate the server. So we are right now we have the username authentication and key generation and key pair authentication both available on this server. Once you are inside this, it's better to disable the password authentication so that you can access only using the SSH key pair, which is a secured way in production. And just I will show you that how this configuration works. If once you enter inside SSH and SSHD config, you will have something like password authentication. So this is where sorry, it's I don't have the permissions. Let me go back and sudo. So here you can find that password authentication as S, which is an uncommented line. Because of this, we are able to access our destination server using username and password. If you want to disable this password authentication, you can just put it to no instead of yes. Then that will block our password authentication over here. And there is one more security thing which we can check over here. While connecting to the server, we should not allow permit root login. This is what we call, we should not allow root to login using SSH. I mean, while connecting to SSH, root login should not work. To disable that, we will just uncomment this line permit root login, and instead of yes, we'll put as no. That will block root user to log in using SSH. So these are the major basic two security things in SSH configuration we use on the destination server. So there are a couple of other security settings in SSH while you go on production. So for now, I hope this is sufficient for you to work on your lab environment. That's about this session. I hope you had some informative session today to work with your lab environments and connect it using SSH. And even you can close your virtual machine, which is running on VMware workstation, and then you can start using it here directly, and you can start working in the text mode to check all those things. So that's all for the today. I hope you had some informative session, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next session. Thank you so much.